Mathewson here to help you, as always, get yourself into action doing the things that you want to be doing, because so often we know what we should be doing, we just can't seem to get ourselves to do any of it, and we end up shoulding on ourselves over and over and over and over. But I digress. So today I want to pick up where I left off in the last video. So just to recap real quick, in the last video we talked about, that thing that happens when you say you're going to do something and you really, really mean it. And then you go hard and you do that thing that you said you were going to do, and you do it for maybe a whole entire week. But usually it's more like, for those, usually for the rest of us, it's more like a day. So we go hard for a day, and then we're like, how come I can't do it? What's wrong with me? So the last video that I recorded was about why that happens. Because once you understand why that happens, then you are empowered to do something about it. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. I forget what I even called it. It's like why you don't do the things that you say you're going to do. That's the title. Why you don't do the things that you say you're going to do. Pretty basic, right? So find out why, or this video won't make any sense. So moving forward on how to actually get yourself to do the things that you say you're going to do, and you really want to do them, but you don't do them because they're not what you usually do, and you're always going to default back to what you usually do, and that lives in your subconscious mind. So what we're here to talk about today is how to retrain your subconscious mind. So it's basically two words. Two words to retrain your subconscious mind. But I'm going to take it back a little bit because I know that it's so frustrating. It's like, if I can't think about it and do it, how the heck am I going to do this? How do I retrain my subconscious mind? Like that, it just seems impossible. But it's actually a good thing. So hear me out before I give you the two words. It's actually a good thing. I want you to understand this, because once you have your subconscious mind retrained to do these things that are going to support your best well-being, then you don't have to think about it anymore. Then your subconscious is going to take that and run with it, just like it's taking and running with the things that you don't want it to be taking and running with, right? So, okay. So the first thing is, the first word, ready? You ready? Ready? Repetition. Repetition. And I really wanted to, over dramatize that and hold out on you, because so many people don't get this, the importance of the repetition. If you do something once, it's not going to stick. If you do something twice, it's not going to stick. If you do some, so on and so forth. You need to hit the bullseye over and over and over and over and over, way more than like 100 times. And I know that sounds crazy and ridiculous, but this is because you are literally creating new neural pathways in your brain. So imagine you're going skiing and it's all white. What do they call that? Powder, right? So you go down and you create your own path. And, it's not too deep, but then you go back up and you do it again. And then it's a little deeper, and then you go back up and you do it again. I'm not a skier, I don't know if you can tell. And you go back up and then you do it again. And before you know it, it's like this deep, deep groove. So imagine that as your neural pathway. So you're building it and you hit that. You do the same path over and over. You hit that target over and over and over. And then it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. So another way to think of this is, you listen to a podcast once, and you get all these great ideas from the podcast. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It could be like you read a book and you're so inspired. You saw a video on YouTube and you're so inspired, or you saw a movie and you're so inspired, and whatever it was, you saw it once and you're so inspired. And then the next day, you're like, maybe still a little inspired. And then, a week later, you're like, oh yeah, that movie inspired me, but you have none of that feeling left. You don't even really remember what it was talking about. You don't remember what was in the podcast, in the book, the feeling has gone. So you actually need to listen to that podcast again. If that's who you want to become, then you need to listen to that information over and over and over and over again. It's not just one time. It's not, people come into my tribe group and they post a few things and then it's not doing anything. It's not about the one time or the here and there. It's about over and over and over and over, repeating the same action over and over. And so I'm going to say it over and over and over. Okay, beating a dead horse. Moving on. The second word, which is similar to the first actually. The second word is dun, 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 consistency. So you repeat things consistently. So you don't do it all just on one day. You don't do it all in just 1 week. But you take consistent action. That means you take a little step every single day, whether you feel like it or not. And again, this is about creating those neural pathways. This is how you retrain your subconscious mind. This is how you do it. This is the way. You want to get something done? I am telling you, I am giving you gold right here. Repetition and consistency. The way to get it done is small steps consistently over a period of time, whether you feel like it or not. Write it down. Small steps consistently over a period of time, whether you feel like it or not. All right? Did you write that down? I'm going to put it in the end credits, if you call that credits. Whatever. So those are the 2 words, and go forth and conquer. Use these things. Understand, please understand that you have to repeat things. It's not just a one-time deal. I know, I've said it before. I believe in repetition. What can I say? But I'm going to leave it at that. I'll give you some more tips, even more tips, on how to really, really dig down into your subconscious mind and get things rolling in there in the next video. But for now, go forth and conquer. And let us know how you're doing in the tribe. Go in there and post if you're not in there yet. Here's the link. It's totally free. I'm in there. I'm checked out more than my email. Most of my emails get lost. What can I say? So I love helping you in that space. It's such a great space. So join us in the tribe, and I'll see you in there, and I'll see you in the next video.